Joan Akiyama was born in 1834. She is Sarah and Jonathan Akiyama's only child. For as long as she can remember, it's just been her and her dad. Since Joan didn't have a mother, Jonathan did everything with her. For a long time it had been just them. But that soon changed when he met someone new. Her name was Carol. They were married in 1849. Joan welcomed her stepmother with open arms. Carol was incredibly kind and loving. She couldn't have children of her own. That made Joan a daughter she always wanted. They were all happy together. Jonathan and Carol were Joan's biggest supporters. As she grew older, she spent less time with her parents. She would either read or hang out with her best friend Damien. The two of them were always on an adventure together. They were two peas in a pod. Her father liked having him around. He thought they would get married. But Joan was far more interested in someone else. His name was Jude Sterling, and he was loved by all. Every girl in town wanted to be with him, and he wanted to be with every girl. Joan was too naive to see who he truly was. Her father didn't approve of him at all. Her parents had a talk with her about his influence. But Joan didn't listen. She remained with Jude no matter what her parents told her. It wasn't long before she discovered the truth on her own. She went home never wanting to see him again. Her parents were there to comfort her broken heart. She spent days in her room being heartbroken. Damien visited to try and cheer her up. He even got her a gift. He showered her with more love than Jude ever had. That made Joan realize how lucky she was to have him. Before their romance could begin, Joan discovered she was pregnant. Jonathan wasn't very happy about the news, but he would still support his daughter. Damien was also upset by the news but promised to help whenever she needed. The last person to tell was Jude. Because having a child out of wedlock was shunned, they were obligated to marry. Neither of them were happy about this. Joan wished she listened to her parents when they warned her. Most importantly, she wished she was with Damien. They didn't even get to truly be together. After the marriage, they moved into a new estate in 1852. They soon welcomed home their son Walter. Joan introduced him to her parents. They were excited to meet the new addition. After Walter was born, Joan tried to fix things with Jude. But Jude still pursued others. Of course, Jane discovered what he was doing and was upset, but Jude would always brush it off. No matter how much they would argue over the years, he would never change. All Joan wanted was for him to love her and her alone. Since that would never be the case, she focused on raising her son. Sometimes Damien would come over to help, whenever her husband was off with another woman. Sometimes they would remember what almost was to them. While things didn't exactly go as they wanted, they would still love each other regardless.